Hello and welcome back everybody to another episode. Wednesday morning, I'm here at the test centre with the Land Rover, just waiting for it to be inspected. It's -1 here. Sun is, well, the sun isn't coming up this time of year. I haven't seen it for a couple of weeks, but yeah, maybe it will be back in the spring. So I haven't been using the Land Rover for a couple of weeks because it left me stranded one morning and wouldn't start. And I found out that the glow plugs weren't working, and I traced the problem that it was the ignition switch was not feeding the a live feed to the glow plugs. So I basically wired up a temporary switch to energize them, and they work. So yeah, the test, it's every 2 years with a classic like this. It's actually expired also a couple of weeks ago, so I'm here for a retest, and I'll see what it fouls on. I'm not that hopeful that it's going to go through, but hopefully nothing too bad. But fingers crossed, let's see what happens. Okay, I just left from the test centre, and it fouled like I was kind of expecting, but it wasn't too bad actually. There's 3 points on the chassis that need to be welded. The unfortunate thing is where 2 of the repairs are, it's where the leaf spring on the rear connects to the chassis, so I have to drop those to be able to weld underneath them. But I'm quite happy that it was only on those few points that it failed, so not bad for this old girl, I think. Right, so it's actually the following week after the inspection, and I haven't had a chance to fix the rust on the chassis, but I have fixed this little panel. This basically goes that way, I think, next to the steering wheel. It covers up the motor for the windscreen wiper, and I've just made a lovely cup of tea. Yeah, I've been actually working on this. This came in, had some crash damage, so this is now ready to go to the paint shop. And I just went and got some cardboard, so I'll throw it down. Oh, we've actually had snow, look. It snowed over the weekend, so it's brightened everything up a little bit. It's dark outside, but you can see. So I'm just going to throw some cardboard on the floor, and let's take a look at the damage underneath. Right, let's see if we can get under here. So as you can see, the chassis is not in the best shape. It's been badly patched up in the past, but obviously did the job to get it through the inspection. But where it actually fouled on, you can see this is the rear front of the rear leaf spring, and underneath there's a nice hole, so they need to be repaired. It's both sides, and there was also some on the front of the chassis. So looking at the front of the car, I believe, yeah, there it is. So there is a hole there, and you can see there's been a dodgy previous repair, so these need to be repaired so it can go through the inspection. And this piece that I have repaired, it was actually really rusty, and the reason being is I think the seal at the top here is leaking, and it runs down here and collects in here and has rusted this away. So this just goes something like that, just to stop your knee from knocking on anything. So I'm going to screw that on. So there it is in place. Look at that, isn't it nice? It's nice to do these little jobs like this. There's this switch that I added for the glow plugs, just to test that they work and everything. Just a bit of a temporary thing. I will change the ignition switch probably in the summer when it's a bit warmer, but for now I also have on order an upgrade kit for the glow plugs, because basically these old style glow plugs are wired in series. So what that means, if one of them fails, the whole circuit fails and they all don't work. Whereas with the newer style ones, they're like more modern glow plugs. These have like a coil on the end that can burn out quite easily, whereas the newer ones are like a probe that heats up. And also the newer ones are wired in parallel, which means if one fails, the other three will still keep working, so it's normally enough to get your car started. So I just wired up this, I wired up a relay, I just tucked it down there with a fuse, and it's wired up to this thing here. So this cable here comes from your ignition switch, and that should energize this coil here, which then downs the voltage to probably 8 or 9 volts, something like that, to your glow plugs. So there was no voltage coming to this, so I took this off and put the wire to the relay directly here, so when I flick that switch it energizes the circuit and it works fantastically. But you have to obviously remember to switch it off once you've started the car, and you have this cold start light here that glows orange when the switch is on. So I can actually demonstrate to you. So you put the key in. Sorry for the light conditions, but I'm outside and there's no room in the workshop at the moment. And then if I flick this on, cold start, light is on, and then you should be able to see in the dark, you can see the coil there heating up. So after you've left the switch on for, I don't know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you flick it back off, give it a little gas, ignition on, ignition switch on, and then it should start. Like that. What a beauty. Another thing I'm going to add is these LED lights underneath here somewhere. I'm gonna hide them because it's a real pain. The interior light doesn't work, so I'm gonna hide them somewhere so you can't see them, and then it will be nice that it illuminates the footwells, gives me some, because it's a pain when you can't see what you're doing on these cold dark winter nights. I also just got these from my good friend Santari, who you might remember if you've seen some of my previous videos. We did a video with his racing Mini. He's into his Land Rovers, Range Rovers and off-road stuff like that, so he had these in his storage. So these are winter studded tyres. He also gave me these set of steel rims, so I'm going to fit these winter tyres so I can have some fun in the snow. So there we go. I have a few things to do for the upcoming episodes. Hopefully this weekend I will be able to move this, because I can't quite squeeze the Land Rover in here to do those rust repairs. So hopefully this weekend I will be able to move this and get the Land Rover in there and do the rust repairs, and then get it through the MOT, get the tyres on, and then we can have some fun in the snow. Can't wait. Okay, once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out my other videos if you haven't done already, if you like what you are watching, and please click the like button, subscribe. Excellent. Thanks ever so much. Until next time, cheers.